Really like my life experiences prior to 2015, and I would say that like really molded me and influenced me to have the ambition and be an inspiring artist. So then I started really like writing poetry about my life, really, and then it turned into a song, and then from a song to three songs, and you know that's basically what got me into music. Um, Great question. It was just like really like touchy things, day to day basis things like living in a rough environment, and then also not just my environment inside of my household, just going through crazy stuff within my family, and that just like really got me like having I needed something to vent, and I didn't really have nobody to vent to because I felt like they wouldn't feel what I'm saying and like try to make fun of the situation or just not understand the situation. So, oh, it's definitely now I have a purpose. Like my whole purpose is to inspire my peers and then get my family in a better situation and myself in a better situation. And I know that I'm not just talented in this, I'm gifted and I'm supposed to, do this. It's like a gift from God. So it's really to inspire my peers and all that. And, you know, this is my calling, basically. Really is like day to day basis things, but really touchy situations. Or, okay, let's put it like this: my whole drive and motive for this music and message behind my music is to make you feel a specific type of way. So when I paint a picture in a song, it's more than just music to me now. It's like really a lifestyle, and I breathe it, live it, blah blah blah, and like I want to make you feel one specific type of way. Like, let's say I'm talking about a song about love, or I'm talking about a girl. I'm gonna make you vividly see what you're hearing, if that makes sense. So, yeah. My favorite songs to make? Oh, that's a great question. Hold on, let me think about that. Right now, it's really like motivational, like, and I really love the underdog. I love being an underdog. I've always been an underdog my whole life. That's what started me to make the music, to like shock, people who have doubted me. Um, so basically, it'd probably be like inspirational songs and motivational songs and stuff like that. Great question. My actual name is Samuel, right? Many may not know that, but now you know. And like eighth grade, like the females will always call me Sammy. I guess like because Sammy was more like, I don't know, it just felt weird. Like I'm not. I love my name, but Sammy was more convenient for me and for them, so they would call me Sammy. Up and then it carried on and transitioned into high school. So then they would call me that, and then like I was like, let me get a like I love superheroes, right? So I wanted to have like an alter ego, like some sort of be a superhero. Yeah, corny, but hey, like for instance, my favorite superhero is Batman. Batman was Bruce Wayne, but Batman, like being Batman to other people, they don't know. So it's like two different personalities per se. But I always keep it 100. But it's just like with Sammy Sosa, the Sosa part came with just like I just felt like it would be two alter egos. So Sammy is like my good side, female, sounds like sweet and all that. And then Sosa I'll just combine that and it'd be Sammy Sosa. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I wouldn't say that I wasn't mature uh, back then from 2015 and prior. Like, number one, I was the youngest person in my school, in my grade, my class, right? And so I'd be a grade down. So that's why I'd be an underdog, whether it came to football, whether it came to grade, class curriculums and stuff like that. Like I would, I wasn't ready for it at that time. I felt like I wasn't ready, and I'd have to work twice as hard than my peers. And I say that to say like music it just made me into a whole nother, like I feel like I'm way ahead of my time. Like right now, like the stuff I'm saying, the stuff I'm projecting out of my music is going to be ahead of time, and people are going to be listening it from 10, 20 years, hopefully 30 years from now. Like I want to be great. So that's why I say I eat and breathe, sleep music. Like it's not just about the day-to-day basis talking about gold, blah blah blah. It's really like real life stuff. Like people, one of my biggest inspirations is Michael Jackson, Lil Wayne, and 50 Cent, just because their music is so authentic, and I want my music to resemble that as well in my own way, you know. But I just was influenced and inspired by them, that it molded me to give the music that I do now. Hope that answers your question. Like right now, or
Like both
okay,
in local and
okay,
worldwide.
locally, I would like to work with Cam. He's an artist. We're gonna work in the future, but like I'd like that to happen. Still make it happen. His artist name is KAAM. Michael Mikul. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. If you guys are not, I'm putting you guys on now. Dope artist. And then for uh, mainstream, Joey Badass, uh, John Legend. Um, Let me think on this. Hopefully, I can still get a record with Lil Wayne if he's still making music by the time I pop off. That's like my greatest inspiration of all time, behind Michael Jackson. Uh, ASAP Rocky. That's like fashion. That's all I can think of right now. Um, as I mentioned before, like authenticity, starting a new wave. Like I have so much music in my vault. I have like 300 quality songs, not quantity, quality songs. Like it is majority. Like let's say 50 of them are different ideas, like sounds you've never heard of before, and they're all legit. The peers that I have that are in my close circle, they've heard it and they rock with it, and they're saying it's gonna change, you know, the music industry. It's gonna shock the world, hopefully. Okay, so like it's transition right now. I don't want to give too much, but I guess I'll give a little something. Like when I first started, 2015, I started off with listening to a beat the normal way, listening to a beat, and then first I would come up with a theme by listening to that, and then I would start writing. But it wasn't so much productive for me because like I'll be trying to get off bars and just da 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 da. Like it wasn't like really like me. It was a start. Like I think everybody who starts, I don't know, maybe a lot of local rappers started out like that, like really trying to like prove they have bars, and then it's not really. It's kind of monotone. It's not really like a.
It's not your sound.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't my sound. I would say I developed my sound 2017, and I guess late 2016, but really 2017. And my process then was, really harmonizing to the beat, humming, or putting out a melody. So melodies is really vital right now. Like I feel like that's what makes a song. And then I started like, no, wait, backtrack. I started out with the hook, right? I came up with a hook first. That was in 2017. Come up with a hook and then come up with the theme, blah blah blah. 2018, I started harmonizing, listening to the beat, and that's the most productive I've been. It's really helpful. I suggest that you guys do that as well, but you won't be able to do it like me. You know what I'm saying? I see myself in 10 years in being holding a legacy, thriving, having a family, starting my own family, or settling down, like officially, like settling down, like starting a family of mine. I see myself living out of, getting out of poverty, maybe in the next 2-3 years. I've been at this for 3 years, going on 4 next year. So I really, like I'm not just somebody who decided to rap because like I feel like it's an easy way out. Because don't get me wrong, like this music shit is really, you can cuss, right?
Yeah.
I applaud myself because I cuss out a storm. But like this music shit is really like people think it's so easy, but they don't know what goes on behind the scenes, what you go through, and all the legal things that you have to worry about. All these sorts of things. It's like so many. It's just like a somebody who will go get a degree and try to be a doctor. It's equal. I would equalize both of them of the same ilk. So, what was the question again?
Where you saw yourself in 10 years.
Yeah, I see myself thriving and being one of the great top 10 greatest hook writers of all time, and hopefully I'm still around in the music industry. But if not, I'll transition into the acting industry and start my own business, and we'll work from there.
Especially through.
Keep pushing. Keep the doubters mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep striving. You're only. I tell my people in my music collective that you're the only person that is responsible. It's like, let's say, 100-meter dash. Nobody's responsible for winning that race besides you. You can have people who can train you up, blah blah blah, but it's your responsibility to finish the race, and whatever place you partake in that is going to motivate you. Even if you come in first place, it's going to motivate you that you don't want somebody else to take that number one spot. Or if you come in ninth place, it's going to make you want to get number 7 and thus forth. You know what I'm saying? So keep striving. Yeah, I've been waiting. A lot of people. So I put out a project, my very first mixtape, 2016. It's called Here I Am, acronym Higher. Higher. It resembles like aiming higher and still having something to prove. So the cover art, nobody really knows about that. And then so like Still Here is my next. It's my next project. I've been putting out singles, and now my next project is going to be my very first debuting album. And Still Here is having something to prove. I'm still here as being an underdog, but I'm still here to motivate. I'm still here in so many ways. You'll dissect everything through the songs and all that. But yeah. And then I have an Afro EP that'll drop sometime next year. I'm Nigerian, by the way. So that's for my demographic, the demographic for that. And then my music collective will drop a project maybe by ending of 2019, 2020. I have a lot of collab project that I'm dropping with somebody else. You guys will see that. So a lot of projects dropping next year. I set myself up 2018 to thrive in 2019. So everything that I do, I try to make it have a meaning behind it, symbolism, a metaphor, something. So like let's say this phone right here. This is art to me. I try to look and see what others don't look. I try to make something. I try to make nothing into something. So whether it's my cover art or whatever the case may be, I want somebody to really appreciate the art, because this is something I'm presenting to the world that is very dear to my heart, if that makes sense. So. To elaborate on what I said, make you feel a specific kind of way. I know that my art, my music is better than all of my peers. I know that for a fact. And if people don't believe that, then they would have to listen to my music, because I'm very versatile. I can dibble and dabble, and it's not just something like this is just based off all the music I've come up on from the Beatles. I've learned from the greats. I listened to the Beatles, from Nirvana to Lil Wayne to Michael Jackson, all these to everything, James Brown, whatever the case may be. Like, that's why I feel like that I am influenced, because my parents would listen. They wouldn't listen to the Beatles or Nirvana and stuff like that, but the other guys I mentioned, yeah. So like, damn, I forgot. Okay, I'd like to shout out all my people in Modern Oddity, Motto for short. I want to explain that real quick. Modern Oddity is a whole lifestyle. It's our whole slogan is "They go left, we go right." models shouldn't flee. You know what I'm saying? And it really resembles like being free. If somebody makes you feel like you're not one of them, you can join us. Whether even though you're not in the actual music collective, you guys are my models. I don't say fans, you guys are my model. That's something I want to like get people used to saying like they're a part of that. It's a lifestyle, being different and setting an example, like stepping out your comfort zone. That's what I tell my people in my music collective is stepping out your comfort zone to make people follow. I always try to like in high school I was really somebody everyone knew, you know, like whether the case may be hanging around the cool kids, the bad kids, or whatever. Like I was always able to transition into any of those groups because I wasn't afraid. Freestyle I want to spit real quick. Spotty senses tingling, lining up in cobwebs. I already see your niggas getting salted. Sosa paid his dues, time to gain some profit. 2018 pop in, me and my dough, cleaning up your life so I do this shit on my own. Now I don't gotta sell a soul. How many people that you know, solid from the head to toe? That's right, stand 10 toes. I would never ever never fold. No, 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 no. Ain't one British scale in my bones. Real shit, I'm in show with Godco. I see my future down the road, and it's promising for sure. Sammy touches mic and all you rappers dropping. Failure's not the option. We just see the process. Get into the. All I see is goblin, goblin, goblin. All I see is goblin. All I see is goblin. Whoa, whoa.
Makeup on my acne like I'm trying to hide it.